throwing punch after punch after punch. I give in. I'm so dumb. I'm surprised when they die. A scared pair, walking soldiers wear, all wounded anyway, in our respective ways. Scientists, they couldn't fix me. I'm so tired getting out of bed. But who would want to die as a cowardly little child? When our time is up, we'll be ashamed or proud. You stretch the truth like a crooked salesman, telling lie after lie after lie. But where's the line? You burn bridges, you're breaking down dams. Scientists, they couldn't fix me. I'm so tired getting out of bed. But who would want to die as a cowardly little child? When our time is up, we'll be ashamed or proud. Let's take this train for one last stop. I know it's not the end, but it can't be that far. Scientists, they couldn't fix me. I'm so tired of getting out of bed. But who would wanna die as a cowardly little child? When our time is up, then our time is up.
Man, it is warm in there.
Instead of playing tonight, we went swimming. It was awesome.
Hey, can you hold this for one
I held
second?
my
Ernie,
breath for 35 seconds. Jack held his breath for 45
Ernie,
seconds.
I want you to see this. This is how warm it is in there now. Ready for this?
Bring that shit out.
Fucking seriously, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're not kidding when we say San Antonio. It's crazy because, I mean, it's humid as hell, so whatever. That doesn't make it crazy, but the crowds are always probably top 3.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the funnest places
So,
in the
hey,
country
everyone
to play.
watching on DVD who's not from San Antonio, step it up.
Step it up.
Come on, guys.
I'm still getting cupfuls of water out of my shirt right now.
Cook it.
All right, so you know what? I'm the only man in the world who likes Vienna sausages. Maybe I've been touring too long, but these are actually pretty decent. And
Wet sausage. Oh, dude. Don't you have to cook it?
no, try one. Not into it? Whatever. Alright, you know what? I'm fat and I'm Irish and I'm old, so fucking.
Boat would go, but I don't think that I'd want to know. Don't confuse neediness for love, because obsession never
Hi, I'm Jack O'Shea, and I play guitar in Bayside. And you know that, because it's a Bayside movie.
To undo the knot you tied. My face is red and people change. I've changed for good this time.
I think we're a pretty we're very tight knit for sure. The four of us. There's a lot of camaraderie and kind of a lot of people like in other bands that we tour with, other bands that we know always say that we're like a gang. Bayside's like a gang because we're so like tight like that. I think that we all have like very different personalities too, and I think all the personalities kind of blend together to be something pretty cool, you know. We're always looking out for each other. Jack is definitely like Jack is like a quirky one for sure. Jack he loves British comedy.
Jack is another person. I think I'm gonna say we're all determined people. You know, he's definitely a determined person and a perfectionist when it comes to playing guitar. And
Jack's like my older brother. He's given me so much advice on so many situations, and it's helped me so much. And it's so great playing with someone that has so much talent.
everyone knows that, and he's very creative and articulate with his guitar. He brings a lot to the band. You know, it's his guitar playing kind of. When we're playing live and it's time for one of his solos or anything like that, just seeing people flip out because it sounds just as good live as it does on the albums. It's fun. It's kind of, I'm doing my own thing playing the bass, but I'm kind of watching him and watching kids watch him at the same time because it's one of the better parts of our set, the couple of solos that he has in the set. And if it was up to him, our set would be all solos. All of our songs with solos in it, that would be our set. So his fingers would fall off if we did that, though.
I never realized how good Jack was until I actually started playing with him. And a lot of times when we're at home, me and Jack will just kind of be bored, you know, from not doing anything while we're at home, and we'll just go to the practice space and just hang out and just play and have some drinks and just hang out. So that's really fun. Jack's kind of the musician in the band where we try to fucking, you know, I don't want to say outdo each other. We push each other to become better musicians, and that's really cool. I think having that kind of chemistry in a band is a big deal.
Alright guys, so Evan thinks he's gonna get a hole-in-one here. And
He's wearing really goofy pants.
You didn't even hit the ball. What the hell?
He didn't even hit it.
Baba Ganoush.
You're over there with me. Kev's gonna tee off now. Well, I want to bring you over here. We'll talk about some stuff.
This is for you, Merca. Putting this shit right on the green. Yeah. Watch it right there. I might even hit that pelican. I don't know.
Hey guys, out playing golf today. We have a day off. We're in El Paso, Texas. We got Evan, Steel Train, playing with Kevin, Ernie, obviously. We're out playing a foursome. It's a beautiful day. We're out here by Mexico. Kevin's about to tee off. We got a par 3, about 160 yards. Kevin. Evan, watch out, man. Yo, what the fuck, man?
Sorry, that never
Alright.
happened. Never happened. I'm sorry.
We're playing pretty well, like a couple air hit shots, but nothing too serious, but it's been good. Front nine was good. We're just wrapping up with starting up on the second nine. Kevin's gonna go ahead and tee off. All right, go ahead, man. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Ah. so far away from where you're aiming. I don't even know what the fuck is happening. I came in with a 47 on the front. Kevin had like a 52. Evan had about a 49. So it was. All right, go ahead. Jesus, are you fucking serious? 3 balls?
Boosh. I'm sorry. I got cannons.
Let's assume that we go through a case of beer a day.
Well, at least, because we get a case from the club, and then if anybody goes to bars.
Oh man, okay, so this is going to be terrible because it's 128 ounces in a gallon. So, if it's one. So this tour is 30 days long. Let's see, 12.
I'd say, I mean, to average out big drinking days and then not big drinking days, you gotta say at least 40 a day.
You think 40 a day?
To average out, I mean, there are days that we've had, like,
You think 40
way
beers a
more
day?
than that.
I'll say 30 beers a day because there are days when like nobody really drinks anything. So 30 beers a day is a case and some. That's like casing going out, and that'd still be on the conservative side. So 30 times 12. Alright, so 30 beers a day is 2.8 gallons of beer a day. Times 30 days on a month-long tour is a startling 84.4 gallons of beer on a tour and about 3,000 cigarettes. And I think I could probably estimate the amount of liquor to be somewhere in the vicinity of 12 liters, 12 to 13 liters.
I've tried brave and tried to save. I've tried to keep it bottled up. I think I've passed my prime, lost my mind, and I'm torn. There's no telling what tomorrow holds. Who let this feeling die when all I did was try? Who let you let this feeling die? I can't get you out of my head. You're the flame that burns me, so I know that I'm still alive.
I am Chris Guglielmo, and I play drums in Bayside.
Some say it's all fate, but I say we control our lives, and if my destiny should outbest me, then that's fine.
So Chris is about 10 years younger than me.
He's a little younger than me.
Chris, I think Chris is like younger than all of us by like a pretty good amount, and I think that really shows, not because he's immature, but because like he kind of like still really like enjoys like everything.
He's got a lot of hobbies. He kind of finds something new every couple of months to take on.
You know, I don't think any of us, besides like sports and music, I don't think any of us have any hobbies. You know,
Photography, or building bikes now, and he was drawing a little bit before that.
He rides around on a bike that has a fixed gear and no brakes with a very expensive camera in his bag. And I don't know, I'm terrified of those things. I swear to God, I'm old fashioned, but I just like brakes on my bike.
If I could do some man love right now, I think Chris has great hair. He's got a lot of great tattoos, and it makes me jealous because I feel like I have terrible hair and terrible tattoos.
Chris has a really awesome like passion for life, which I really admire.
But he came into the band, did a great job. Like obviously, performance-wise, we had nothing bad to say about it. But he's also a lot more involved, a lot more vocal in the songwriting process. I don't know, good dude to have around.
Who let this feeling die when all I did was try? Who let you let this feeling die? I can't get you out of my head. You're the flame that burns me, so I know that I'm still alive.
So, being on tour, you get to experience a lot of nice things. One of them, parrots. Hello. Hello. He's eating. He's hungry. Kittens. Cactus. Casinos. Mountains. Vegas. Beautiful sunsets. Steve. Cotton candy. Graffiti. So basically, that's all that you see when you're on tour. That's it. No more, no less. I'm gonna go back to sleep. See you guys later.
Well, so this is Yanni here, and we took him out of an FYE in Minneapolis when we did an in-store there maybe 2 years ago, and he's been riding with it since. And then actually cut out his mustache and taped a bag behind it, so we have all our envelopes in there. So we get our daily per diems out of these envelopes. I mean, you just put them right back in there.
That's the millions of dollars.
That's where, yeah.
When we make millions a day, we put them in those little envelopes. What billions was just we put in the back under
Under a seat.
under a chair.
Where's that?
You through my heart instead. I think this one.
We're gonna try a song off our self-titled record now. If you know the words to this song, sing them back real loud for me, alright? Whether or not you know the words, this is a good dancing song, so when we come in with the beat, you could dance along and jump up and down with us. That goes for you guys over here. I see you're having a good time, but this may be your first Bayside experience, so enjoy it. Pound my knuckles hard against the floor. Sing it! Let's go.
Spent some time in a bad place at 18, wishing I could see something through clear eyes. And do you ever wake up to realize that your life is meaningless? Does it give you strength or lead you to your grave at a young age? Pound my knuckles hard against the floor, my head against the wall, but I
Hey everybody, this is Nick Ghanbarian from Bayside. I play bass.
just not worth getting back up, so I'll blame it on bad luck, and I'll shake responsibility.
Nick is the worst. No, I'm just kidding. Me and Nick actually lived together. We're roommates.
Well, I met Nick when he and Beats joined the band, and at the time I had no place to stay.
If you came to our apartment, you would think that two girls live there. It's so fucking clean, and like we like to decorate. We have like a bunch of like Obey artwork everywhere.
I had no place to stay, and Nick let me stay in his basement with him. And he's, for those of you who've met Nick or don't know him that well, he's really kind of quiet and to himself until you get to know him, and he has a really intensely funny sense of humor.
Nick is really like quiet, kind of quiet and serious a lot.
I love the way his approach to the bass, and I love you can really see all of his influences coming through in his playing.
He'll like just be really sarcastic and crack jokes on people under his breath, and it's hysterical.
And he definitely does not hide his influences. Always covered in Bad Religion. He's got like 3 or 4 Bad Religion tattoos. Loves the Bouncing Souls. Is definitely not afraid to tell people what he likes and does not like.
I think Nick doesn't say anything that's not worth saying, and I kind of admire that. He only talks when he has something really good to say.
Yeah, me and Nick like to keep the apartment real snazzy. Yeah, Nick's my buddy. We hang out. We go to the grocery store and shit. We're basically hetero life mates.
Nick's got a really good sense of style too. He spends a lot of time on his hair. He like puts product in it, I think.
And it changed my life. And my knuckles hard against the floor, my head against the wall. But I did this to myself. Assume it's just not worth getting back up. So I'll blame it on bad luck, and I'll shake responsibility and say a hard life did this to me.
All right, so we're about to walk around the corner and quiz kids for the grand prize of beefy style cup noodles. And the question is, how many fingers does Ant have up? So we'll get a zoom in, confirm the answer, and then give out the grand prize.
Control with fists clenched, we're taking.
All right, so we're doing a contest. See the bus right there? See the bus? Anthony is holding up a certain amount of fingers on one hand. If you guess it first try, you win this cup of noodles.
Really?
This contest is going to be on their new DVD CD release.
Sweet.
So, yeah. So
Is he in that window?
he's right there looking at you right
Do you
now.
have
We're
binoculars?
gonna zoom in right here.
Oh, I see. I know.
Matt
I know.
on his camera.
Are you sure?
I saw it. It doesn't say 3. I got 3 fingers out of that.
Well, he's already holding it. He was supposed to hold it below the window. All right, you win the noodles.
Thanks.
3?
Yeah, look over at the bus. Anthony's holding up fingers. How many is he holding up? You go. And they go, yep, 3. It was like, bro, it was plain as day that you were holding up 3 fingers. We were like hoping you were gonna like do like this after they guessed, but it was before they guessed. You already had.
I thought they were supposed to get a fair guess. So go ask somebody else.
What I was thinking you were gonna do was so that you just see the people, like right there, and the bus is in the background, and you're like, and not even motion that we're on the bus, but just be like, how many fingers do you think Anthony might be holding up now, like in the venue? And then it's like
it
a
wasn't
subtle.
explained to me.
And then it's like a subtle like.
But it's got to be funny because I'm
subtle
like,
pan
because they
and
look
zoom.
over and they go,
And then just in the window,
3.
and
Yeah,
they're still
definitely
facing
3.
forward, and you can kind of still see the
gave up my
face.
noodles.
My head on things. You're asking for mine. You're pulling out your teeth, and on the Novocaine you pump in your cheek. That's why I'm still around you.
My name is Anthony Ranieri, and I sing and play guitar on Bayside.
But you suffer peacefully. And she was
I'm always excited to hear his new ideas. Like he's been in the back here demoing songs, and I'll be sitting up front and he'll be like, yo, come back here and check this out, and it's just really cool. He writes great melodies, and
Yeah, I've never met anybody as driven or motivated to succeed as he is.
Anthony is a great songwriter. I think he's a really sick front man. I think he's a really classy front man. We're not really into you see a lot of bands that curse a lot on stage and just like scream at the crowd, and it's really fun to be able to sit behind Anthony and see how he reacts with the crowd.
I mean, obviously he's the main songwriter. He really does write most of the material that we do. He is intensely involved with the business aspect of the band.
Anthony's always worked hard and had a vision for where he wants the band to go, and is an extremely creative person and looks to a lot of places for influences, and it's pretty similar to how I think, like when Anthony's just always on, I kind of veer off in different directions sometimes, but Anthony's, constantly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week thinking about what to do next with Bayside and thinking about ideas and stuff like that. And,
He's been sort of like a really good friend to me, and we don't necessarily hang out all the time. It's not like we definitely are more like brothers than we are like friends.
he's a very passionate person, and it's that's his biggest attribute, I think, is that he cares about everything and wants everything to go well, and really wants to affect people's lives in a positive way. One thing I could say about all of us is, we've all taken our love for music and tried to transform it into something positive for other people. So he's kind of the leader of that when it comes to us. Since he is such a workaholic, he's kind of always on.
I think that's really important to our band, is that like we can hang out, we can have a great time, but he's somebody that I can spend, obviously months on end with, hanging out, and we don't get sick of each other. We might disagree with each other at times, but we're a band that I think gets along a lot better. Band and crew, we get along a lot better than a lot of bands that I've talked to.
My favorite thing Anthony, I think, ever said or did was we were in Wales, playing the Cardiff Barfly, and we were on a bus. I think it was our second UK tour ever. We were on a bus, and for whatever reason the bus had no power when we were done playing this really small, really warm club, and we were just drenched when we got off stage. And when you're in a band and you're at that point where you're after a show and you just want to get changed and get out of your smelly, soaking wet clothes, you just want to get changed. And probably the funniest thing, my favorite memory, especially of that tour, was walking back to the bus, and the bus was completely shut off, pitch black, couldn't see a thing. And I opened the door and realized that, and I was about to close the door, and all I heard coming from the darkness was, "This is the lowest point of my life." And that was so funny, because I didn't even know anyone was even on the bus, and Anthony was already on the bus in the pitch black, just sitting there. Can't even see a single thing. So I don't know, we reference that a lot. It's a funny thing.
Yeah, well, I kind of write I write the song basically like on an acoustic, like the chord progressions and the vocal melody and the lyric and stuff. And then Jack will put his leads on it, and then Chris and Nick add their stuff on top of it from there. Found it. Jack didn't steal my pick. He's not a son of a bitch. Good guy. Things get really messy when I write, because I get really focused on what I'm doing at the moment. Like if I have a melody or lyric or something in my head, I like really just need to put it down immediately. And then I get like my brain is so inside with the song and what's happening with it that things kind of turn into a mess, and cables run everywhere, and starts getting kind of crazy. I used to lock myself in my bedroom. Now that I have my own house with my wife, I lock myself in my office, and now that we're on tour, I'm locking myself in the back lounge.
Hey mom, you had it bad. I bet you never thought you'd ever live through that. Hey son, I'm not your dad. It took us years and years to figure out that I'd rather face the gallows, 'cause nothing matters, and I'll just change my fucking name. There is no love, just appetite, and its consequences keep you up at
song, start to finish.
For me personally, music has always been this outlet from everyday life to where, you know, you're bummed out, you're happy, you're mad or whatever. You put on music that will either make you feel better or fuel that, you know, aggression, or make you more sad so you cry and you let it out. It's just something that has always affected me in the heaviest way more than anything else.
This is my passion, playing in a band and affecting people's lives positively. You know, I don't think there's enough in America and probably in the world. There's not enough positive role models out there who are kind of real about life. You know, life will throw you curveballs all the time, and you kind of gotta make something positive out of it. And I'll say that a million times in interviews or emails people send or anything like that. You know, life's never gonna be perfect. Even when you have everything you want, you're still gonna have something get in the way, and you kind of have to march through it and make something positive out of it, and learn from failing a lot. You know, I'm 27 years old and I'm still learning how to live life, and I probably still will forever. You know, and I think that music in general helps that. And I certainly always look for Bayside to be that for other people.
And I've always been such a huge fan of music, and I've always wanted to play, and getting to play in front of people and see them smile and be excited, or, you know, get dragged off the stage, are all just really cool things to me. I mean, a lot of people think that touring, you know, in a van is this, like, you know, glorious thing, or touring in a bus is this, you know, like, oh, you know, you get a lot of people that are like, oh, you're rich, or oh, you're fucking, you know, rock star or whatever, and like, that's not how it is, and people don't realize that, and we all work really, really hard to be able to do this, and ultimately the thing that we get out of it, you know, is just positive feedback from kids, and kids coming up and being like, yo, it's so nice to meet you, and, you know, all that stuff. So that's what makes us feel really good. It's always great seeing kids singing along, and like, that's definitely what makes me keep doing it.
I'm just fucking happy as hell that this is my job, and I wake up every day at the crack of 3:30 p.m. and I can't believe it. And to all my friends who I went to college with, I am still doing exactly what I was doing when we were in college. Remember that? When we would stay up till 6 in the morning drinking, and we'd wake up and just want to play music all day. I get to do that, and I feel so blessed, and I can't believe that. I feel like I won the job lottery in a lot of respects, and I'm very thankful for that, and I certainly don't ever take it for granted. And I would say to anybody who ever wanted to be in a band or ever wants to do it, anybody can do this. It's just a matter of how much you want to and how much you're willing to sacrifice. And it definitely is a lot of eating shit in the beginning, and it's definitely not payoff right at all. Like, I basically have lived functionally on welfare for the last 3 years. I mean, really not knowing. I don't take money from my parents. I don't like to. I like to be self-sufficient, but it certainly is a difficult life for a long time. But you know, unless your band blows up huge immediately, in which case, fuck you. How about that? But no, it's really satisfying, and it's nice to be able to do this, and not only to do it, but to have it be meaningful to people. I think is one of the most unbelievable feelings in the world.
I want our message to be something that people could take through them with their lives, and kind of have it be a step to being a better human being and becoming an adult, because I feel like there's just not enough people like that or bands like that in the world where people could actually look up to them and learn from them.
Walking Wounded was really like a huge turning point in our career as far as music, and as far as like success and popularity and stuff. And I was perfectly happy with when we were touring in a van and sleeping on people's floors, and you know, whoever came to the shows, and I just loved it, you know. And after Walking Wounded came out, we became like a cool band and popular, I love that too. You know, I love playing shows where there's a lot of people and tons of people singing along, and you know, people know who we are. And that's awesome. And it's kind of like, I think whatever the future has for us is cool with me, you know, because I've always been satisfied just being in a band and making music.